Welcome back to Water Hose Drinkers. It is episode 46. Today is Monday, December 2nd. It has been almost 2 weeks since the last episode. A lot has happened. Cole finally got another win and then immediately another loss. But yeah, dude, how have you been before we get started?
I I can finally rest knowing that the season from hell is over. I'm doing okay. As you can tell, my voice is a little gone. I was at the game this weekend. I was in character as Coach Waffle House. One last time for the 2024 season. So the I had a big like leather jacket on with no shirt, and the entirety of the fourth quarter I had no shirt on because it was a close game until it wasn't. I tried to will the boys back into it, just didn't happen. So I took, I took the jacket off, and it was so mixed between cold, yelling, a lot of talking, Thanksgiving, conversating. It just the voice is struggling right now. But yeah, I'm doing good, and it's now the holiday. It's officially the holiday season,
Yeah,
and yeah,
it
yeah, and
is,
I
it's December now, dude. This season's flown freaking by. I know
thank
you're
God.
happy about that, but yeah, as always, we start with song of the week. I got a new one that I heard not too long ago. Voodoo Woman, the live version specifically by Susan Tedeschi.
Susan Tedeschi. I've I don't think I've heard that one. I
Tedeschi
don't.
Trucks, she's in the Tedeschi Trucks band, her and Derek Trucks. So this one's just
I
by her. She
I
uh
got you.
she is absolutely amazing.
I got my song of the week is "Believe" by Brooks and Dunn with Jelly Roll. It's been a really because you gotta believe. It's a really good song. I really like Jelly Roll. I really like Brooks and Dunn. I've always been a fan. It's a very, very good spiritual song. So we
Well,
all need it.
speaking of believing, I mean, we've been believing all year, been manifesting all year about the Lou Groza Award with our good friend Ryan Fitzgerald. And we had Alex Rayner on the podcast about a little over a year ago too. So two out of the three finalists for the Lou Groza we've had here on the podcast, dude. We're definitely gonna get them both back on. Um, fish after the award, let that, kind of settle and, see how it shakes out. And also the kicker from Louisiana's in it. But dude, I don't know who's gonna win it, either Rayner or Ryan. I
I'm
mean,
partial. I'm partial because
I
I,
know, I
I
know, I know, I know. We're both partial. Alex Rayner's got the Georgia Southern ties. He was there for a while. But dude,
I'm checking the I'm checking right now to see if there's the if it's up right now. Like
well,
because it was the fan vote or whatever.
yeah, I'm not sure, but I got a stat right here. Alex Rayner has officially the best SEC career field goal percentage at 92.6%.
That's awesome. Ryan Fitzgerald is 100% on the year across the board.
You're right. You're right. You're right. Look, I don't look. I just want one of them two to win, and then the other one come in second. I don't care who it is. I just want one to win. I mean, obviously, like Ryan might have the edge just over this season alone. I
As
mean,
of right now, Ryan
because he's a hundred
has,
percent.
and I think Florida State fans have really you know, rushed to vote, for
Have one bright
our
spot
guy.
for the season. Well,
Yeah, and two,
y'all's punter is also up there too.
he's the best in the country. I made the joke.
Well, he had
Is
a
this
lot of
what?
punts this year, so I mean,
Yeah. Oh,
definitely,
yeah. Punting efficiency, he was number one because he was out there a lot. Ryan is currently in the lead for the fan vote, I guess,
yeah,
with 47.09%. Alex Rayner is in second with 35.49%. And then I don't care about the other guy. He's got like 17%. But
yeah.
we're looking, we got a two-thirds, we got a 2 out of 3 shot at landing Lou Groza Award
I
winners.
know,
So
dude. It's like it's we've been manifesting it all season. I think honestly, like Ryan's probably gonna win it. Just because he was in the finalists last year too, and maybe got a nomination the year before. I'm not 100% sure, but
he might have been a semifinalist.
maybe, but he
But
was the finalist last year either way. And I mean, dude, finalist last year. You didn't get it last year. You're perfect from field goals this year. I think he did he miss a PAT? No, so you literally didn't miss all year. Yeah, dude, you probably gonna win it. Which I mean,
I
dude,
would hope.
yeah, I
I
mean,
saw him. I saw him after the game. So it was good seeing him. His brother was on another, I guess it was senior
speaking
night.
speaking of his brother, dude, I
He
mean,
just followed me on. We just followed each other on Twitter. I met him briefly. They was on this because it was senior night. By the
the
way,
next great Florida State kicker.
I hope. Well, so also I met the guy behind Fitzy right now. I think it's Weinberg, I believe it is. Jake, number 22. Great guy, great guy. A freshman. He's got a solid leg on him. I've seen his practice film, and he kicked against Charleston Southern. But I'm gonna revert back. So senior night, it was our senior night this past weekend. The loudest pop in the stadium by far for all the seniors announced was Ryan Fitzgerald. So
Gotta
just
love
seeing
it.
how far he's come
Yeah,
has been it's been a hell of a journey because they're people used to not like him, but he kept his head down and kept working, and he is now one of the best. And I cannot wait to see where he lands in
the
the NFL.
the number one kicker in this draft class too. So. I mean, bias aside, you getting that pop from the stadium as a kicker is pretty damn special, honestly, because
Hmm.
specialists don't get, enough recognition,
Oh yeah, it's surreal. That he's it's surreal. It's a surreal moment. Just knowing him personally, he's
Yeah.
worked so hard, and it's just awesome. So I'm very proud of him, and I'm praying he wins that award, man. It'd be awesome, dude. I've been talking about it
Dude,
for
I
years. So,
know. I know.
um,
I know he'll have a couple interviews after, but his first long form interview, we
I'll,
gotta
I,
happen.
listen. I'm gonna let him know. I'll let him know soon because I'll be writing his messages when that, you know, hopefully when it happens. So
Yeah.
it's sad because he is done at FSU. So it's
Yeah.
sad because I do love Fitzy, but I'm not
We're
sad.
definitely gonna get Alex Rayner on the podcast too. We got to get both of them because Rayner
I can see them
had
both.
him on last year. I did a solo interview with Alex, so
They
I
both
can't.
are going to be at the next level. They both are, with the way kicking's been this year. If you've crossed the NFL, it's been kind of there's a lot of people that just aren't
Yeah,
doing well at the kicking position. So I'm hoping
yeah,
that's
but
it. I hope.
the guys in the NFL, who usually are your Justin Tuckers. Justin Tucker's not having a great year. Koo's had an up and down year, not a bad year by any means, but your main top kickers in the league really aren't.
Hmm.
Being excellent this year. Harrison Butker, I think, has got a season-ending injury or something like that.
Really, I noticed that they're rotating kickers and stuff like that. It's such a weird, it's such a,
I don't know if it's
it's.
season-ending, but Butker is hurt. I know that.
I
So
got you. Hey, I just want Ryan in Tampa. I want to see my boy ball out in the state of Florida still. So we'll
yeah,
see.
look, get Fitzy on the Bucks, and I'll take Rayner on the Jets, and we got Koo on the Falcons, and we're good.
And we got Bass on the Bills, dude.
Bass on the Bills, yeah. That the Bills, I like Josh Allen, but Bass is really the heart and soul of that team, as everybody knows. So.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I
But
love it, dude.
yeah, dude, keep on that Florida State track. Obviously you get the win over Charleston Southern. Chromahawk is the starting quarterback. Did he burn his red shirt?
He
Yeah.
did that. And that just goes to show that I think that the belief is that he will be our future because the guy he's a baller, man. I you just got to get him protection, like that's the number one thing. We had, I believe, 7 fumbles, 5 of them were lost, and it's not because he's just dropping the ball. It's because he literally has no time back there. And when you see that he has time and can go through his progressions, he can make throws, so I really don't want us to take a transfer quarterback. I want us to
I like him.
prioritize.
I
I
like
live.
him. I liked him in high school. Anybody who's local to Georgia or Statesboro, Savannah area, he went to Benedictine Christian in Savannah. Kid's a good player, man. He's a really, really good player. I think he's going to be good, but I'm curious how to see this transfer portal works out for Florida State. You got to hit it in a big way. Obviously Malzahn now is the OC. Then you get you could spit off names, but you get the DC from Nebraska and their D line coach, correct?
Pot roast, dude. It's one of the nickname for a coach. I'm not so I know confirmed that Tony White is the defensive coordinator. He runs a 3-3-5. It's going to be interesting because I haven't seen that at FSU. But when he was at Syracuse and when he was at Nebraska, he's at a top 20 defense ranked nationally. So something that Florida State has been missing, and I'm really excited. I really wanted to bring that D line coach. I really want him to bring some of those guys from Nebraska's defense as well. So, it's, like I said, it's going to be interesting. I don't know about the O line coach. I know UCS O line coach is very. I know some people in the fan base really want him. Uh, Again, I'm gonna just throw it out there. I will work for free as Coach Waffle House for the university. I had a I
Send
had
you one of people
conversation.
recruiting trips, that's all that's all.
Listen, I was lucky enough to meet our athletic director this weekend at one of the tailgates I was at. He wanted to take a picture with me. I don't know if that tells you anything at all about how much he has like eyes on it, but
I
I threw
love that
my
though, dude. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I love that. Like you're getting the athletic director and like fans from other schools wanting to take pictures with you, but like, you know, put the 2-win season aside, with Fitzy and the emergence of your little character, there's some bright spots in the season.
I think that
There's some
the
bright spots.
so I saw an interesting tweet. It said if we had gone 8-4, we still would have the same coaches that we had let go, and they obviously needed to go for obvious reasons. So
Fans still would
this
have been pissed at 8-4.
it's a blessing in disguise, and I think that going on the Malzahn, the Gus bus, that news dropped right before that news dropped about 2.5 hours before kickoff. Just some conversations with the players. They said I was walking into the locker room when I got that news, and I found that out. Um, I I know that Norvell and Malzahn have ties together. Norvell was under Malzahn's coaching tree, and everyone's going to look at, well, he gave up play calling at UCF and stuff like that. If you just look at the numbers alone, this last 3 years, I believe at UCF, he had the number three offense and like the 16th and 17th ranked offense. This is giving Norvell time to take a step back, take that CEO approach, and just prioritize recruiting and being able to run the program the way that Nick Saban would run a program, the way that Kirby Smart runs a program. You have to have guys that you can trust at the coordinator and position coaching positions. And I think that's what he did with these. That's what I think they're doing with these hires. Malzahn and Norvell together could work out very well in terms of like offense because they run the very similar schemes. It's going to be a little bit different, but I do love this hire because Malzahn's it's a lateral move in my opinion. He's taking a step back in terms of responsibility and just focusing on what he's good at, which is play calling.
Yeah.
So, and then the
Well,
Tony White
it's
is
like
is
Gus likes to run the ball a lot. You establish that run game, it's going to help Chromahawk out a lot. And I mean, that's only going to open up the pass game. Once you establish a run, you rip off 100 yards, whatever it is, the pass
mhm.
game's going to come. You
I'm
just
excited. I'm one for I am excited. The more I
you,
sit on
you,
it,
you got it. You got to get them boys in the trenches, man.
oh, that should be the only priority. And I want to go get some skill guys. I love our receiving core. They're just young. I really love our tight ends. And I just think that recruiting, high school recruiting is, hold on, my computer is bugging out. Hang with me. Uh,
Well,
Sorry, I have a
tight
technical
end,
difficulty,
you
Josh.
got the kid from Colquitt County at tight end. I'm pretty sure he probably is going to pick up a red shirt this year. But he's a good
Mhm.
player. Drawing a blank on his name. I want to say Landon Thomas, but
Yes, yes, he's a priority to keep. In terms of because that's the name of the game right now is you have to be able to retain your guys as well as go out and get guys. But it's all about retention as well. You got to play defense. So it's definitely going to be interesting. I'm just glad the season's over, and I'm looking forward to next year because we don't have to worry about the bowl game or anything like that. What's on deck is Bama. That should be the focus. Getting the boys in the trenches, getting guys that can buy into the program, as well as try and make some moves maybe before signing day. I know that's kind of a long shot, but really focus on prioritizing the 2026 class is is what you need to do at this point, in my opinion,
Yeah, they're
so
they're in the recruiting dead period right now, so there's not going to be much going on other than players leaving and stuff. So
mhm.
the dead
we're,
period, we're gonna know a little bit more middle of next week. I think that signing day is in the middle of next week, I believe. So
we're starting to see that more and more today. I'm seeing just a ton. I know Hayes Fawcett's fingers got to be tired for making all those graphics, man. I mean, it's been pretty insane, but yeah, I'm happy the
yeah,
season's
after
over. And
after signing day, we'll kind of dedicate a good bit of an episode to talk about, Florida State's signings, Georgia Southern signings, all that stuff. You know,
oh yeah,
I've been doing a little bit of research on some kids too, at least that are committed as of right now. The guys that are not committed haven't really done much research. I've only done research on the commits. So, we'll see who actually signs, here in the middle of next week, I believe.
exactly. I believe it actually might be this week. I think it's in 2 days.
Oh, it's in 2 days?
I believe it's December 4th. I could be wrong, but
Yeah, okay. So that's Wednesday. Okay. So yeah,
mhm.
yeah. So next week we'll dive in to that.
Yeah, well, we got plenty of time because there's still this is early sign day. We still have signing day in I believe
Exactly. Exactly.
January.
Yeah,
So
that one's definitely more important, but just to give a little bit of breakdown on, obviously these kids are going to be high school for the most part. I doubt we'll see any transfer guys signing in this period. But just some high school kids coming up. I know Georgia Southern's got a couple skill players that I'm pretty interested in and pretty excited for them to get on campus, especially getting some of these kids on campus in January out of high school is such a big difference in my opinion. Just getting that spring practice under their belt, before diving into the summer, just mentally and go ahead and get the feel for the kind of college experience.
yeah, the playbook, learning all that stuff, getting in the weight room because that's another big thing is you got to make that.
Well, there goes Cole. Hold on a second here. Yeah, so
Yeah,
we just lost you, but now that you're back, you're talking about, just getting some of these guys into on campus in January, getting them in the weight room. Honestly, like I feel like especially the guys in the trenches, just kind of cutting a little bit of fat and gaining more muscle at 18 years old, go ahead and getting that head start is massive in my opinion.
I agree. And speaking on Southern, we'll pivot away. Shout out to FSU. Love my boys. And like I said, Bama, you're on deck. So I
Yeah.
don't.
So before we get into Southern, I want to ask you this after Georgia Southern, do you want to kind of go through the conference championships and pick our conference championships on based on the spread, see how we
And
do?
then later, and we got to revert back to our predictions.
Yeah, I got to go
Unfortunately,
back and watch that episode and see how it shakes out. So I'll do
I
that.
I don't want to.
I'll do that for next week. We'll revert
Yeah.
back to see how we did, and then we'll know everything on bowls and playoffs, and then we'll give our playoff predictions and we'll go through rapid fire every single bowl game. And we might have
Yeah.
to do a friendly wager and see how we shake out for the bowl games, by the way.
Listen, not a little. Just we're hoping and praying. Water hose drinkers. Let's pray for the cure bowl.
Pray for the
That's the
freaking Cure Bowl, man. Golly, I
yeah.
know. I know.
We'll get it in. Yeah.
But yeah, speaking, in Georgia Southern, we beat Coastal pretty handedly. After the Troy game, after we take a bad loss against Troy, backs against the wall, and you win two straight. Of course, we probably should have won that Troy game, but you can't change it now. Obviously the conference championship didn't shake out how we really wanted to. Egregious no face mask to kind of kill the momentum for JMU. I understand they scored about two or three plays after that, but it just kind of killed their momentum. Some belt refs are absolute brain dead. I just don't understand them. But I got a couple stats kind of pulled up here. Um, so JC French against these are against App State stats. So 16 for 19, 166 and a touchdown. Good game. Good game passing. Dude, three incomplete passes. It's freaking awesome.
That's awesome. That's a great
And you
game.
know, there's still people out there saying on Twitter, blah 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 blah. He didn't play a good game, dude. He had three incomplete passes. Come on.
That's
Jalen White, 18 carries, 125 yards, three touchdowns. Jalen White has missed the App State game the previous 2 years, senior night, last game in Paulson. Boy, did he show up. JC, 16 carries for 51 yards. JC made a lot of plays with his feet in critical situations. Dude, he played a hell of a game, man. He really did. Josh Dallas is still an absolute freaking monster. Tyler Fromm gets one catch for 18 yards. Man, I just haven't quite understood why we haven't used him more. But, on the bright spot for the defense, Marquise Watson Trent, 13 total tackles, three solos, and a TFL. He's got 100 tackles on the season for 3 straight years, dude. 3 straight years. So, also, this shout out Taylor Henson. I'm getting reading his tweet pretty much word for word. Taylor actually got to run out with the team.
I saw that. I saw
Yeah,
that's
dude.
awesome.
So he's 1-0 running out with the team, dude. And I'm also 1-0 with running out the team. I ran out with the team Clay Helton's first year. JMU was in town, number 25, and Van Trees threw for like almost 600 yards that game. It was insane.
That's awesome. That's awesome. He got to do that, man. I'm so happy for him.
Dude, it was awesome. I got a good video that I posted on Twitter. I don't know if you saw that, but
I was out and about on on game day. I think I was already kicked off maybe by the time
yeah,
y'all.
when you get done, just look at our Twitter page, and I posted that video and tagged him on it. But
Hell yeah.
so he said, Georgia Southern fans, there is a lot to be proud of this regular season. 8-2 overall, 6-2 in the conference, 8-4 overall. 6-2 in the conference, 4-2 at home, and we're 4-2 on the road. Second in the Sun Belt East, 3-1 in November. Awesome. 3-1 conference road. First winning season since 2020. Most road conference and regular season wins since 2018. In Clay Helton's time at Georgia Southern, he is 2-1 against App State. He is 1-2 against Marshall, 2-1 against James Madison, 2-1 against Coastal. I want to say maybe 2-0 against South Al. Definitely one win, obviously, this year. But he's 1-2 against ODU. So, the ODU and Marshall in the Sun Belt East and he's 2-1 against Georgia State. So ODU and Marshall in the Sun Belt East is kind of right where we're struggling a little bit. Um,
Those real northern teams that y'all got to go
yeah,
play. I mean,
yeah, and we've won one against ODU on the road. They've beaten us at home, and we've lost one on the road against them under Clay Helton. And Marshall, we've won a home game this year, and they beat us 2 years ago at home and last year on the road.
that
So
ODU game this year being such on a short week too, it just or no, it was coming out of a bye, wasn't it? I don't remember, but
it
playing
was
on a
it was a
Wednesday
Thursday,
or
it was a
some
Thursday night game. Yeah.
I can't stand if you're not the Mac if it's not Maction or Conference USA, I don't want to see I don't
Yeah,
want to see
well,
games
I'm
played.
I'm a big I'm a big proponent of playing Georgia State on a Thursday just because for the TV coverage of it, just because it's a rivalry game. Um, I
I'd
don't
take
we did
Friday.
that we did that yeah, I'll take Friday too, just to get that kind of extra day. But that's usually, Mountain West Fridays. You know what I'm saying? Like Boise's always playing on Friday, I feel like. But
Yeah, you guys can take the 6 o'clock kick. They can take the 9 o'clock kick. I mean, that's how quickly
yeah,
games
yeah.
go along. It
Because
just
usually they're on, Mountain Time or whatever, that's Boise, Idaho, I believe is like 3 hours back from Eastern Standard Time. So, but yeah, dude, I mean, there's a lot of bright spots. Reed Dedman too has got the most career games as a Georgia Southern Eagle, which is awesome, dude. Love Reed. Shout out Reed. But
it just you see progression throughout Helton, what he's done since he's gotten there, and to look at it now, you guys are right there. You guys are on the cusp. You're a few plays away from playing in the conference championship. So if you can take that
Yeah.
and build off of it, I know you're losing some big pieces, especially on the defensive side of the ball, but
Yeah, we're
next
losing Derwin. Marr actually does, I believe, have another year left. So
really,
hopefully he comes back. I don't really have high hopes for that, honestly. But guys like Latrell Bullard, he's returning, but you're losing, Bryson Broadway, dude. This guy is an absolute dog, dude. Certified dog. Gets hurt at the end of the first half, kind of tweaks his knee a little bit. Dude, he's limping the whole game. Didn't miss a freaking snap in the second half, dude. I mean, it's just after, I've gotten to know Bryson a little bit. He's shared his story on social media and stuff after, all what he's been through. He's been, I think Georgia Southern's his third school. He was originally at Georgia State and came over to the good side. But dude, after all he's been through, it's just like, dude, he's a freaking warrior. Doesn't quit. It's just always, he likes to run his mouth a little bit, but he's not getting penalized for it, which is great. But he's that protector, dude. He's your right tackle, like dude, the guy's just got freaking heart, and I'm gonna miss watching guys like him play, honestly.
yeah, it's always sad to see some guys you've grown to like really watch and really love. I mean, take personal example, Fitzy. It's gonna suck not seeing Fitzy, but it always it's just comes and goes with college football, man. And hell of a year, dude. Hey, absolute hell of a year. You got to beat App State. Yeah, you fired their coach. Hell, that's how
Yeah,
bad you beat
dude.
them. They fired their coach, and I
And
really wish.
keeping them out of bowl contention too is just even sweeter. Clay Helton's done that twice in his tenure at Southern, so you gotta
Hell
love
of a
that.
year. You got to love the season that you had, the ups, the downs. We were there at that Boise State game, and it just was like, man, you showed a lot of fight. I mean, Ashton Genty. We all know about Ashton Genty.
Yeah.
It's just, you were at one point leading Boise State, who's probably going to the college football playoff,
Mhm.
barring something that happens in that Mountain West championship game. But you
Yeah,
look at the
that game,
season you had.
Southern really only had the bad first quarter against Boise.
So
That's
you
when
just look
Boise
at
got up.
I mean, if you look at that game and then just the way that they went about it, responding week in and week out, even after the losses, coming off that ODU
Yeah,
loss, they come
we
out
never lost two straight.
exactly. And I can't say that for my Knowles.
Yeah. Yeah, so we never lost two straight, dude. The defense, really came around, battling a ton of injuries on the defense too, man. TJ Smith, he only played half the season with the concussion, pretty bad concussion. Chance Gamble speaking of concussion, he got a concussion last game, hopefully to get him back for the bowl game. Depending on where we play, when it is, who knows.
What were
But
you? I saw Taylor Hinson's tweet. It's looking like the options are the New Orleans Bowl, the
yeah,
Cure
New
Bowl, and
Orleans
the
Bowl, Cure Bowl are the two ones that I've been hearing a lot. I've been hearing those two and playing Sam Houston State and Western Kentucky. Of course, Western Kentucky for the storyline, Helton brothers facing off would be awesome. But
hmm
I kind of want to see Sam Houston, honestly. We never played them before in the FBS. We might have had some FCS matchups, back in the day. I'm not sure. But yeah, dude, I don't care who we play. I just want to go to Orlando for the Cure Bowl. It's just,
I
I
do
mean,
too.
we were talking about, before the podcast, like obviously, both of us there is, ideal situation, but
Yeah, of course.
just being convenient for all of the fans to travel to Orlando. People are going to be more willing to drive to Orlando than making a trip to New Orleans, from South Georgia. So
I feel like it's more of a there's more things to do for like families. You can make a
yeah, you bring your
yeah,
kids and like last time we stayed at Universal in Orlando. It was
there's so much to do in Orlando. So much to do.
2019 we lost to Liberty in the Cure Bowl. So
Was that played in my question is that played in Camping World or is that played in the Explore
last time it was in the soccer stadium. So
yes, I've never been to
is
that.
that
I've been
Camping
in
World?
no, that is not. So that
I
stadium
think
is
the game now is in Camping World.
Okay, yeah, because there's three. They have two bowl games in Camping World. They have the Pop Tart Bowl and the Capital One Bowl. I believe it's or the Citrus Bowl. Now it used to be the Capital One Bowl. And it's because the Cheez-It Bowl isn't a thing anymore. It's the Pop Tart Bowl.
Love it.
I believe.
Love it, dude. It was a
Um,
great bowl game last year.
I have what I want to see because this is just a side note. What I want to see is thank you, Syracuse Orange, for doing the funniest thing. It
Mhm.
made my entire weekend. Miami's
That was
team,
awesome.
best Miami team in 20 years, still ain't winning an ACC championship. I could still hold that over those assholes, but I want to see Miami Hurricanes versus the Colorado Buffaloes, two very um, I want to say animated fan bases. I'm not going to be like this, like that, because I do,
Very athletic quarterbacks facing off too.
I think it'd be a high scoring game, a great game. Deion Sanders versus Miami again, from back in his playing days. And I just think that, the storylines are there, Shador versus Cam, you have Travis Hunter, you have all these, these athletes on
Yeah,
Miami.
probably the two first, probably the first two
Couple
quarterbacks
for
taken off the board. So,
Yeah, so that is what I want to see. But in the Pop-Tart Bowl, because that's where those teams are playing. They talk about making the playoff, this and that. I want to see
well,
those two teams in the
how about
Pop-Tart
the
Bowl.
old Outback Bowl, man? Give them a
The,
or
dude,
give them the Camellia Bowl, man. The worst bowl there is, dude.
I'm project Florida needs to go to that.
Yeah.
You would have thought they won the national championship
But
this weekend with the way they were
speaking of
acting.
Syracuse, good friends with their assistant O-line coach. I've been trying to get him on the pod for since last season, so we got to
Would
make that.
love to. Maybe off season we can
Yeah,
set up a
off
lot
season.
more.
Yeah, once their season's done, maybe get through recruiting cycle for them. Let things
Hmm.
calm down a little bit, you know.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, dude, going back to Georgia Southern, dude, I couldn't be more proud of the senior class, dude. Coming, experiencing a coaching change, a 3-win season, and experiencing COVID first single year college career, dude. The team's been through a lot, and finally, getting a winning season, a successful year. I wouldn't say we're quite over that hump yet because I think we got to get a conference title to officially be over the hump, if you
Hmm.
will. Y- you know, but 8-4 year, dude, hopefully, to make it 9-4, you know, um, I looked at some people after the game who I was with and I said, we've been talking about it all year. I wish Coach Helton would give the double bird to all these people who doubted him, who wanted JC benched, all of this stuff. What now? What now, dude? You're 8-4. Of course, they're gonna have still something to complain about. Whatever. I can look over that. But what you can't look over is the success that these guys had and the fight and the ability to not quit every single play. They didn't give up, dude, and they fought their freaking tails off. And to the senior class, man, thank you. I mean, it's all I can say is thank you. You definitely left the place better than you found it, and that's all you can ask for out of a group of guys and a program.
Oh yeah, that's very well said. Sorry, I got a important text, but that was very well said. And I to half of the seniors of Florida State, thank you. To the other half, say yeah.
Fitzy, I love you. I love you.
Yeah, I do that. I'm just
DJ
kidding.
Lundy, DJ Lundy, you will always have a place in my heart, even though I don't know you at all.
I'm very happy I got to experience, I'm very happy I got to experience the borough. I'm glad that, we
Hey,
kind of we kind of picked this up and I was able to really get into the culture that is, Georgia Southern. I look forward to cheering them on.
in the Cure Bowl, and you're finally gonna see a Georgia Southern win this year, dude.
Oh gosh, I need that. I need that in my soul, dude. I've already took off work for
Dude,
that day just in case,
I'm
I'm
telling you.
praying.
I know
Yeah, I'm
because
praying.
I think it's like a Cure Bowl is scheduled to be like a Thursday or Friday game. So
It's a Friday, December 20th.
I like that.
Oh,
I
I
like
love it.
that
It's
because
perfect.
it's no NFL on that Friday. Probably it's going to be a night game, going to be on national
Hmm.
TV. I like that. I like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's perfect. Perfect. It's gonna be not. By the way, the weather is gonna be nice and chilly. I pray. It's been real cold. We got a good cold front down here, so shout out. Like I said, hell of a year for the Georgia Southern Eagles. I cannot wait to see what they do next year. Uh, you know, hopefully next year I have a little bit more to gloat about and talk about with my Knowles. But
Oh,
yeah, I
one thing to kind of change subjects before we get into the conference championship games. How about the Mercer Bears beating your Furman Paladins, baby? Mercer winning the SoCon, dude. Let's go.
I think
Let's
that's one of the funniest underlying things about this podcast is that, like, unknowingly, I think we talked about that when we first met. Um, you talked about like I vaguely remember I was like, oh, but and you said something about Mercer. It was at the camp the Young Life camp we were at. You said something about Mercer, and I was like, go Paladins, and you went what? You're
let's
like you're from
go.
Lakeland. You're like you're from Lakeland, Florida, and I said, bro, I got family in Greenville, dog. So I just think that's real funny because we talked. I'm
I
pretty sure we
just
talked about
I
it.
just can't like Furman because I know what I mentioned to you because I was like, Georgia Southern's got a history of whipping Furman's ass in the FCS. So, and then Mercer, Mercer and Furman are rivals. So I
It's
got
fine.
I got to ride, well, not hometown now because I don't live in Macon anymore, but growing up, it's my hometown. So it's a hometown
I
team.
think yeah, dude, I remember that. I vaguely remember that conversation. Dude, that was what a callback, dude. I'm
Yes.
hoping I will say this. I do have a little bit of hope that South Carolina makes the playoffs. My
Dude, I
little
hope so
sister,
too. I hope so
funny
too.
enough, my little sister was at went to Clemson. Like my fam was up there. My dad let my little sister just go tailgate or whatever, like with my cousin's friends or whatnot. So that was real cool. He's like, I got two kids at rivalry games. They got to upset Clemson. That's another big win. I'm hoping and praying that there's a little bit of chaos so they can sneak in. We'll see though. So let's run through these
But
conferences.
yeah, to start, you got Western Kentucky. Now this is, a home game for Jacksonville State. So this is no neutral site. Western Kentucky at Jacksonville State. Jacksonville State minus 4.5.
I like Richard Raleigh to give me Jacksonville State.
I
That what
like
a jump!
Jacksonville State as
What a jump for them. They just made the jump to FBS and they're
last
taking
year
the
was their
Georgia.
first year. This is their first year be able to play in postseason play. So big
Listen,
time,
dude,
big time.
they're taking that Georgia Southern route, man.
Yeah, well, when Georgia Southern won it, there wasn't a Sun Belt Conference championship game, and we couldn't play in postseason, so it was a regular season trophy when we won it. But I'll still take
That
it.
is what it is. Take it, take it.
So
I
uh,
like Jack State.
I do
I
too.
like.
You've
Mm,
got number 17 Tulane traveling to West Point. Army is 5.5 point underdogs.
who do you like?
Group of five guys are going to be there.
Hmm.
Dude, I gotta say my man Jeff Monken in Army, dude. I gotta rock with Army. I really do.
Do I have a Not so fast, my friend. Not so fast. Give me the green wave. John Summerall has seen, I believe, the Service Academy option three separate times, and combined those three times, they've scored 9 points. Give me Tulane in the upset. I think that they go in there,
Oh no
they
no
try
no!
to keep
Tulane's a favorite. Army
or
would be
give
yeah.
Tulane in an upset on Tulane's going to West Point. Tulane going up. Everyone's going back to troops. Everyone
Coming
loves
off
the
of a
home
loss
dog.
too. Yeah.
And they want to keep their playoff hopes alive. They need a lot of chaos. Give me Tulane. Tulane, not so fast, my friend.
So in the Mountain
Uh,
West, we got Boise at home -4 versus UNLV. This is your group of five kind of play-in game for the playoffs here. So I think Boise squeaks away with the win, but I might have to take UNLV on the points.
mm, give me, God, just give me the over.
Yeah.
um, who do I like that? I just, I really want to see Boise State in the playoff. I do. I want to see that. I just know that UNLV with that revenge, I know that they want to go in there and win. I don't know I'm gonna can I abstain from picking on I think who's gonna win that game because I just don't know. I'll go safe and I'll say Boise State because I
Okay.
do like that, but I do really think that UNLV could pull the upset here. I think that they
Yeah.
could.
So going to the Big 12, you've got Iowa State on this is I think Big
And
12
Jerry
championship.
World.
Big
It's a
12
Jerry World.
championship is in Dallas, Texas. You've got Arizona State -2 against Iowa State.
Hammering Arizona State. Give me Kenny Dillingham in the playoff. I need it. Like I need it. I need it. I need it. That's what I want. That's what I need.
I'm with you on that. And going to the MAC, there's two teams from the state of Ohio in a conference championship game, and neither one of them is Ohio State. So you got to love that even more. You've
Hmm.
got Miami, Ohio home game. Miami of Ohio -2.5 versus Ohio. I like Ohio here.
Well, they're coming. Well, Ohio, so they played earlier this year, and the score was Miami of Ohio at. Well, it was at Miami of Ohio. They won 30-20. They won 30-20. Excuse me. Both 7-1 in conference play. Um, yeah, let's get a little let's get a little weird. Let's go with Ohio. We'll go with Ohio.
Yeah,
Uh,
both like
is it?
Ohio there.
I'll go with Ohio. I think Miami of Ohio was won the MAC last year against Toledo.
Mm,
Toledo was a heavy favorite, and Miami of Ohio upset them completely.
correct.
So I'm gonna rock with Ohio. Yeah,
Yeah,
let
I
me get
like
let me get
Ohio's quarterback. They've got a killer run game, dude. Southern played them in the bowl game last year. Ohio's a good ball team, man. They're on the big time up right now.
hmm
Moving over to the SEC game being in Atlanta, Georgia in the Falcon Stadium. You've got Texas -2.5 against UGA. I like the dogs. But it is really hard to beat a team twice in 1 year. So, but I want to have to take the dogs.
This is going out to my buddy. He works at the University of Texas. His name's Armand. Hook 'em, baby. Go get into them playoffs with a higher seed. Go do it. Come on. You got this. Hook
So
'em horns. I'm
AC
rocking with the uh,
Championship in Charlotte, North Carolina at Bank of America Stadium. You've got SMU -2.5 versus Clemson. Um, Give me Clemson.
ponies. Hey, the
I
ponies
know
play
I knew you would have taken
good
SMU, so
ball.
I had to take the opposite. I had to take
Listen,
the
the
opposite
ponies play good ball. I can't have Clemson win because it ruins my South Carolina playoff chances.
there. That's
And I
true.
think that would be just egregious. I think SMU's playing great ball right now. Thank God it's not Miami of all
Yeah.
teams. Thank God it's not Miami. And yeah, I think that the ponies pull it out. Rhett Lashley's done a great job with that program. So, they're hungry and they want to be the guys. They want to get that bye week, I'm sure. So,
Yeah. So two more left. We got the Big Ten Championship, which is being played in Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. You've got Oregon -3.5 versus Penn State. I,
hmm.
I don't know. I'm just gonna have to side with Oregon here. I don't know.
Hmm. So Oregon didn't play Penn State at all this year, right? Penn State's only loss is
Ohio State.
to is Ohio State. They played Minnesota close at Minnesota. Uh, I I'm I want to see chaos. I do. I think I love Dan Lanning as a head coach. He's a Mike Norvell guy. I don't know if you knew that. He's under that tree.
Yeah,
But
he's under
I'm
the
gonna
Kirby Smart tree as well.
James Franklin wins the Big Ten championship, and I'm gonna take the upset for
Yeah.
just for ultimate chaos.
Yeah, dude, whether I'm right or wrong, I'm with you. Like, I just want to see just upset, 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 upset. That's all I
It
want.
was
I want
last
chaos.
time. So Oregon in the month of November played one, or they played Michigan at Michigan early November. But when they came over this way, cross country, they went to Wisconsin. only won by three. I think Penn State's got a really good defense, and they could shut them down.
Speaking of Wisconsin, they didn't win a single game in the month of November either.
I can claim that. I can claim that we won one. That's something I can hold my hat on. So
Yeah.
I'm happy about that. But yeah, I'll take Penn State in the upset. It's going to be a good
Final
game.
Final one we got here. Louisiana is hosting the Sun Belt Championship. They are -5.5 versus Marshall. Give me the Raging Cajuns here. Dude, I just think with Marshall going on, big win last week against JMU. Huff is probably going to Southern Miss. His name has been thrown around in just about every single group of five job that is open right now. So I just think there's a lot going on, and I just hope the Raging Cajun fan base shows up. I wanted to go there, man, because I just wanted to experience some of the food down in Louisiana. So, but give me the Cajuns.
Yeah, no, if it's not the Georgia Southern Eagles coming out of the East, I don't want it. Let it stay and let that championship go to the West Side and give it to the Raging Cajuns of Louisiana. The people of Louisiana need this. So
They do, man, and there's two teams in Louisiana that are better than LSU.
in terms of yeah, I mean, in terms
That's
of record,
yeah, Cajuns and Tulane.
yeah, dude, it's the resurgence of the Tulane football program. I am happy to see that. Great colors. That
Oh,
baby blue
fantastic,
Tulane.
fantastic uniforms, dude.
They're
Amazing.
taking over, that's becoming a hot spot. I wouldn't mind getting out there for a game. I'd love to see Florida State maybe do like a maybe home at home with them. I think
I
that'd be
want
fun.
Georgia Southern to do a home and home with them so bad. I feel like Tulane, Southern going to Tulane with the way things are going with both teams, like wherever they play that game is going to be a madhouse.
Oh yeah.
Tulane fans will show up. I know Georgia Southern fans will show up, wherever the game's played at. So,
Hmm.
but
But
yeah,
yeah,
moving along here, give a little gambling recap. Alec and
we
Coop,
didn't.
go
We don't
ahead.
have to. We don't have to give a
Oh,
gambling
I'm
recap.
doing it. I'm doing it because even though I had a bad week last week, I still am loving my record here. Alec and Coop had no bets last week. Alec is 12 and 14 on the year. Coop is 25 and 25 on the year. Pepe, good friend, went 3 and 3 last week. He is 29 and 31 on the year. He had a phone call with him today. He said he is fighting tooth and nail, and he said he's bringing glory home.
I'm
That's
tailing
what
those
he said.
picks. I might have to tail those picks.
Glory home. He said he's getting in the win column. So he said bowl season and NFL wrapping up. He's getting in the win column. But he said the season for us does not end until the Super Bowl.
Oh, same. Last year was the Super Bowl was one of my greatest runs of all time.
Well, let's make it happen again this year.
You,
Let's get on
I
the heater for the holidays. But
three, hey, two, three. I'll tell you right now, $300 live bet on the Chiefs at halftime last Super
ooh,
Bowl.
ooh. But yeah, anyway, Cole, you went 2 and 8 last week. You're 53 and 69 on the season.
Listen,
Uh,
I play a lot. I
Yeah.
play a lot, and I go big or go home. So
Yeah.
I,
So I went 3 and 7 last week. Probably one of the worst weeks I've had in a while, but I am still 45 and 35 on the season. So
bowl seasons where I come alive.
the majority of these wins on my record, I might add, are Georgia Southern, especially when we were underdogs and we won because I had the spread and the money line. So it's like that's where the majority of my wins have come. But hey, what happened last year where my majority of my losses came were from Georgia Southern because I was taking the over. I was taking us money line. I was taking us a spread and then
I
just
think I've been taking Florida State spread a lot this year, and that might be why it's kind of gone downhill. I don't really
yeah, well, the
remember.
last couple weeks you've been taking the team total over. Like last week you took the team total over and it was like 13 and a half, 13, and they scored like 11. So
I,
yeah.
okay, we fumbled in the red zone. Yeah,
It
that
should have
wasn't
hit.
great.
It should have hit, dude. I watched the majority of that game, dude. You gave up too many opportunities, honestly. Too many missed
No,
opportunities, I mean.
it's okay. That season's a blur in my eyes, and I don't have to go back. I don't have to relive it ever again. Hopefully,
But
knock on wood.
dude, my winner of the week, I mentioned him a minute ago when we were talking about Southern. Marquise Watson Trent, dude, unbelievable career. If this is the end of his career in Statesboro, I hope it's not. But 3 seasons in a row with 100 plus tackles, man, absolutely unbelievable, dude. You had 13 tackles last week, so and a TFL. You gotta love it. My loser of the week, Sean Clark.
Oh yeah.
Would
Bye, bozo.
yeah.
Sorry, if you see me looking up, there
Reversed?
it's
Does
muted.
this look reversed on your screen?
I think I know. I don't know. I
Okay.
don't know.
Anyway, you get the picture. It's an L. If you're only listening on audio, we're holding up the L.
I
So
want you to know something. If I keep looking up for the people on video, Jameis Winston just gave his speech, so it had my attention. All the head movement. It's muted, but I see that, and I'm like, I can't wait to watch that back. Um, Sean Clark, bye, bozo. Marquise Washington, hell of a career, brother. What a nice guy,
yeah, dude.
great
Great
guy.
job. Who you got with
Um,
the losers?
so I'm gonna start with my loser of the week are CMC fantasy football owners.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, GG's. If you don't have Jordan Mason or Isaac Good, whatever his name is, good luck. I feel bad for you, but I also like don't feel bad for you because I don't know. It's fantasy football. So CMC fantasy universe, you thought you had us for a couple weeks. You do not. And then the winner of the week is me because the season ended and um, we got Gus Malzahn and Tony White, and I'm loving the hires. And the season's over. Let me just reiterate that 2-10 is a thing of the past, and the rise to the top is going to be oh so glorious
The pain
because
has ended.
yeah, for now I can finally rest. This voice needs rest, dude. I mean, if you would have told, I
Probably
would
your liver
trade.
too. Your liver too is probably really
I
happy.
would I would trade all of the like social media stuff. I would trade literally all of the Coach Waffle House stuff just to have not have this 2-win season happen. I have a theory that if we beat Georgia Tech in Ireland, we're looking at 8 and something because it's all about confident. Eight wins at the ceiling
Momentum,
with,
confidence. Yeah.
but it got people fired that needed to be fired. This is, we're on the Norvell seat is quite warm. So we go and build off of this. All
What's
aboard the Gus bus. All aboard the Gus bus.
what is the okay? So let's say Norville has 7 wins next year. Do you fire him? So
I want to.
if you make a bowl game, he keeps
You're
his
good.
job. Okay.
You're good. It's all about. I'm already looking at not next year. I mean, I have to see what moves we make, but I would like. There's no reason that this university and the talent that we have can't go out and win 9 games consecutively
And the
every year.
money that you have too.
A lot of the money's being tied up in stadium renovations.
Well,
I'm
NIL, NIL, NIL.
there's we got to do better at that. There's other stuff I'll tell you kind of, we'll have conversations. I'll tell you what I've figured out, but just keep donating to the Battle's End and all that. Like, and make sure you donate to the Eagle Collective as well. You know, both we
Yeah,
got to get our NILs up. We got to, was it dollar a day?
dollar a day. That's it. That's
Dollar a day. But yeah, I am
think
a winner
about
of the
it.
week.
If you get 200 people to give $1 a day to a school like Georgia Southern, man, that's such a freaking difference maker, dude. And they people just don't understand it. So
100%.
I could tell you a couple more stuff off air later.
Yeah, we'll talk off air. We don't got to get into it. But yes, I am the winner of the
Well,
week, CMC
it's
Fantasy
just like
Universe.
people like not donating, like just kind of like it grinds my gears a little bit. And like I don't want to get upset because I just want to I'll just go off on a tangent, you know what I mean? And
We're not going to do that. Listen, we're not going to do
I'm
that.
happy. I'm happy 8-4. It was a good year. I'm happy and I'm going to stay happy.
You could be 2-10. Just always look to your neighbor to the south
Look,
and
just
understand.
Florida State, you got to flush it down the toilet and move on. It's over. It's over.
All aboard the
You
Gus bus.
can't think about it anymore because you're gonna have a Ray Guy Award and a Lou Groza Award heading back to Tallahassee, Florida. So
Uh, yeah, Yeah, I'm just thinking. I can't. We got to move on because I'm starting to spiral. I'm
This
starting to
week we
spiral.
got since we didn't do a podcast pre-Thanksgiving, we're gonna keep this on the Thanksgiving trend. We've got Mount Rushmore of Thanksgiving sides. I can start us off first. Honorable mention. Okay, first off, my list is very, very standard here. This is nothing crazy to it. It's a pretty basic list in my opinion. So, honorable mention, dude, goes out to just a good roll or like a biscuit, like something along. Dude,
Hmm.
Jenna, my wife, she made some rolls for Thanksgiving this year. Like she actually made the bread. Like she's been really into like making bread lately, and I love it because she's making like really good sourdough. And she made some sourdough rolls for Thanksgiving, dude. They were unbelievable.
Nice. I
I,
love it.
Absolutely unbelievable. I've been wanting her to make, and she's going to get around to it. I've been wanting her to make sourdough cinnamon rolls. I'll give you a review once those are in my belly because I got a good feeling a lot of them will end up in my stomach. So, but anyway, number four goes out to the old green bean casserole. I love it, dude. Little crunch to it. Love it. Number three, mashed potatoes. Gotta have the gravy. Gotta
Yeah,
have it. It's not the
got you.
same without the gravy. Number two, if you're a stuffing guy, look, screw your stuffing. It's dressing. Number two goes out to the dressing.
Hmm.
I don't know how y'all say it in Central Florida. That's how we say it here in
It's a
Georgia.
mix. It's a mixed bag. You get stuffing or you get dressing. It's either or.
Yeah, yeah. So we grew up calling it dressing. We grew up having the dressing. So in my eyes, stuffing's a little bit different, but that's a discussion for another day.
Listen, if it dresses your plate, it dresses your plate. That's all I gotta say, big dog.
Number one, hands down, bar none, the best Thanksgiving side is mac and cheese. Dude, it's the little kid in me. Dude, I just can crush some mac and cheese, dude. It doesn't even matter the kind. Like, obviously, your Thanksgiving mac and cheese, I want some good homemade mac and cheese now. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Don't give me none of the Velveeta crap, like, you know what I'm saying? But on a good occasional day, the Velveeta, amazing.
Oh
But
yeah. It's great.
yeah, number one, mac and cheese.
I love it. It's a great list.
With,
It's a
with
great
the
list.
little layer of cheese on top to have little crust, like
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right. I'm gonna run through mine off the dome, try to remember what we had this year. My honorable mention is going to be, you good?
yeah, dude, we got a chopper flying over.
Oh yeah, yeah. My honorable mention is going to be try to remember what all we had this year. Just give me a second. Oh yeah, broccoli casserole.
Ooh, good one. Good one.
Broccoli casserole. It's
One.
really good. I'm a big fan of broccoli casserole.
We didn't have
Number
that on Thanksgiving this year. I was with Jenna's family, but my family, like
oh
not
yeah.
my mom's side, but my dad's side, there's tends to be more people there, so you got a little bit more options. So
Oh
gotta love the
yeah.
casserole. Sorry.
Number four, we're gonna go with the dressing.
Mm,
So that's my number four. All right, it's super good. Love it. Grandma, and my grandma makes most of it. So it's delicious. But I love the dressing's number four for me. Number three, corn casserole.
ooh, that
Oh,
almost made my list. I had it written down, but I took it off for the roll. I took it off.
love corn. I love the corn casserole. The corn casserole
How do
is
you?
my
This is not a list maker. It's not on the Mount Rushmore because I think the corn casserole is better. But how do you feel about creamed corn?
it's all right.
But not on the list, obviously.
He's not on the list. The
Okay.
corn casserole is
Yeah, for sure.
bar none. My number two, mac and cheese.
Mm,
Mac and cheese is my number two. It's got to have a little crunch to it also. Really makes it
yeah.
pop. My number one, the mashed potatoes, bro. Everyone craps on mashed potatoes. Mashed potatoes and gravy is good. I can eat mashed potatoes without gravy too. The way
Yeah.
my grandma makes it is unreal. She does it from scratch. She does
Mhm.
everything from scratch. So again, my mashed potato experience is different than everyone else's mashed potato experiences.
Yeah. Are
The
y'all
art of
Thanksgiving? Are y'all the brown gravy or white gravy?
brown gravy.
Yeah, okay. I was about to
White
say.
gravy is only acceptable, I think, in breakfast.
Sometimes good on a good pork chop.
or country fried steak. Yeah, no, like it, but I like it just no. Brown gravy is where
Yeah,
it's at.
on
So
like
mashed potatoes.
chicken fried chicken or something like that, country fried steak. Yeah, for sure.
I had biscuits and gravy the day after Thanksgiving on Friday before I drove up. I can tell you, I was hurting on that drive, dude. There's a local spot here called Fat Jack's, bro. It's delicious. Oh my God, I ate
Yeah,
like a king.
dude. I won't get into detail because I don't want to be gross, but on I didn't use the bathroom much the day of Thanksgiving, and that car ride home from Atlanta to Perry, I stopped twice to use the restroom, and it wasn't number one. So
Yeah, no, we got you.
yeah, thankfully I made it to the Bucky's second time, so I wasn't too far away from my house. I just couldn't make it all the way home, but the race tracks are always a good safe bet for a clean bathroom too.
Quick trip's not bad either.
Not bad, not bad, but like Atlanta area like racetracks are all like super popular too.
I um I can tell you, I was hurt. I'm gonna be honest. Last week I was hurting overall. Blackout Wednesday. By the way, Blackout Wednesday has a 5 game win streak on me personally. 5 years in a row, I have lost. So I'm firing my own coaches and starting from scratch for next year. We've already made the promise to my mother, not going to be hungover next Thanksgiving. I've been saying that for the past 5 years.
Yeah,
Oh
are
man.
y'all I saw this debate, I think it was on macrodosing. Are y'all drink on Thanksgiving?
Uh, so I don't because it usually means one, I drink the night before,
Yeah,
and
usually I drink the night before too. Yeah.
and two, I'm drinking that weekend because it's rivalry weekend.
Need a
So
day
I
off.
can use, yeah, I mean, I've had family members and like, yeah, they don't, my mom's side of the family, no, but my dad's side of the family, yeah. But it's not like I don't think I've drank on Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
ever,
I
unless
I had a singular beer on Thanksgiving this year, and
we
that
have we had a pitcher of sweet tea, and
yeah.
that's what we rock with, and
Yeah, I drank a
water.
good bit of
So
sweet tea too. But like growing up, like nobody on either side of like my family, like from my mom's or dad's side, nobody's really big drinkers, so we never really. Because I was just like listening to Macrodose, and they were like, like they were talking to somebody, and they were like, "What? You don't drink on
Big
Thanksgiving?"
T is
Yeah.
Big T, yeah, yeah, and
So
Big T's like, nope.
no, I was like, maybe like on Christmas, like I might have like a glass of wine or something, like nothing too much,
I
but
think I'm more apt to drink on Christmas.
Mhm. For
I don't
sure.
know why.
No, I'm
Weird.
100% the same way.
I'm about to do a study
100%.
on that.
Yeah. Dude, this is so random. This is bad podcasting, but we're talking about biscuits and gravy. So, have you ever eaten goose before?
No, I've had duck. I haven't had goose.
Okay, goose underrated. I'm telling you, if you cook it right, you prepare it right, it's good. But the best bird, in my opinion, pheasant. Pheasant is phenomenal. But so goose, we had a couple buddies who killed some geese in college, and we would make whenever we froze a whole bunch of them. We ground it up, so we had ground goose, marinated in some marinade, and then we cooked it, made biscuits and gravy with the goose on it too, bro. With
Are
the
you hungry? How hungry are you right now?
Yeah,
I'm getting hungry.
I've already eaten dinner, so I'm about to eat a second dinner. No, like actually, like I was planning on eating some more after this episode because I didn't eat
You're
enough.
bulking. You're bulking. It's all good.
No, I am. I haven't started to work out, but the New Year's resolution is I'm getting really skinny, and I need to put on some lbs. So
I
New
got
Year's
you.
resolution 2025 is bulking season here in the Bevel household.
Oh, I can't wait to see it. Oh, dude, I can't wait to see it. I love it. I
By
love it.
by
But yeah,
next,
man.
I'm not trying to get big. I want to get cut. I want to get cut, and I want to get a little bit more athletic. Nor do I have anything planned to do anything athletic, but like I want to get athletic.
Listen, if I miss the playoffs in my fantasy, if I end up getting last in my fantasy football in the toilet bowl, I will have to. I think the loser has to run a 5K. And there's
Mm,
some out of weight dudes in our group. I wanted to make it a half marathon or a iron like a triathlon,
Yeah,
but
5K is a safe bet there.
no, I wanted to do something hard, but something to train for. But that we're building off of it. It's only a year.
We had some
Two,
guys in college have to do the milk mile. So
my brother did a milk mile 1 year,
yeah, yeah,
but
that,
he was still an immature child, and he didn't do it. He did it in 23 minutes.
yeah. I can't remember what these guys did it, but it was funny. But yeah,
They,
dude,
they,
I'm hungry. So
yeah, I'm hungry
yeah,
too.
yeah, let's get out of here. But
All
hey,
right.
be sure to like and subscribe to the podcast. Give us a follow on Twitter.
Oh yeah.
We're on, Twitter, YouTube, Spotify. Hopefully, once I get things going on this new computer, we can update on Apple. Because Apple is a little bit of weird on the downloading here on a Mac. So I got to figure that out. I haven't put
Off
much,
season.
but
We got a lot of offs. We're gonna work. We're gonna
yes.
work a lot in the off season. Our time is consumed by football, so we got a
Yeah.
lot of planned stuff in the off season. We talk off. Want to
A
give
lot
one
of
more
a
line.
lot of interviews that potential and that are already in the process of being planned out. So
Also, real quick, last thing I gotta say, shout out Matt Sprouse. Congratulations, buddy.
yeah,
Another, no,
third
hey,
kid, another
clap it up
baby
for our
on the
boy.
way, another
Hey,
baby on the
let's
way.
go. Very happy for you. But yeah, just like, follow, subscribe. We got big plans for the off season. Well, it's not for you because it's bowl season for you, off season for me. Thank you guys again for listening. And, like I said, give us a follow, shout out, subscribe, all that stuff. We appreciate every single one of y'all. And yeah, I can finally rest. I'm so excited about it.
Hey, you remember if you get a little parched, the
Start
water,
guzzling.
the water,
Start
hose
guzzling that
water
hose
is
water.
cold outside right now. So
Very cold.
very
And
refreshing.
it's good for the bones, dude. It's
Good for
great.
your immune system, good for your bones, and remember, keep on slugging that water hose.
Keep on slurping that hose. All right. I'll see you later, big dog.
See ya.